Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 50 of our FTB OceanBlock Let's Play series, where today we are finishing off the processing of our nuclear waste so we can start working on our mech suit next episode. So yeah, let's see how we do it with Xnet, and we actually get our entangled block working to transport our nuclear waste wirelessly. So yeah, let's watch. Let's get started. All right, so we're set up. We have all of our stuff running underneath. Boop. So I took the most direct path running over to here. And then I thought of something. Prior to this, when we had tried the entangled block, I cannot remember. Did we try an export from the bottom of the tank? I feel like I didn't. I feel like I didn't try and pull from the bottom. I don't know if you can pull from the sides of these. You may only be able to input from the top and input to the bottom. Which is making me want to try this again and see if this is going to work for us. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we're going to set this up real quick. This can be our test. Both of these are full. I ran both of them just to get filled up. The solar neutron activator has to be on inverted mode and the isotopic centrifuge on normal mode for them to work with this redstone signal, but it does work. So let's go ahead and bind this with this. Oops. I forgot. It's shift right click here, and then it's just right click here. Okay, so that's that. If I were to get a pressurized tube, it connected. Did it connect before? I can't remember if it connected before. We can tell if it connected before if I do this and I say extract from the bottom. It fills up. It works. I just didn't do it correctly before. I would have to do it like this. So yeah, definitely works. So what we need to do right now is process this. I need to get this gas in on the back as a input. So that way this can process. I'm going to break this, which should be fine because this is an entangled block. That way it'll clear this out once this processes. We need to get the plutonium out. For this setup, since we didn't, I didn't know, we'll leave it like this. That's perfectly fine. But when we get to the actual processing of the stuff, the polonium and the plutonium with our spent nuclear waste, then we can absolutely definitely do it the sweet way. Now we know we can actually use these entangled blocks, so that is pretty darn cool. But yeah, I already have these run, and breaking them would irradiate the whole world, and it's not that big of a deal for these, so that's okay. So anyway, what do we need to do next? Well, we have our polonium and we have our plutonium. We need to get them processed, and we process them inside of PRCs, pressurized reaction chambers. I've been looking into how I want to handle this and how I want to do this. This just dumped all of that into there, and then it should have pulled all of this. No. Gases. Input on the back. What if I just do real quick? Gases input all sides. I want all of this out of there. I don't like that just sitting there. What if I push? That don't work. Pull, disconnect. Great. I just have this thing of 8 buckets of nuclear waste just sitting here. Oh, because this is full. Oh, and it doesn't have any power. That's what the issue is. Yeah, we're out of power. No, wait, you have power. Oh, we're still getting a redstone signal. Okay, the sun is still out. Technically, the sun is still setting. Is it, once it becomes fully nighttime, this should shut off and this should run? No? You're not going to do it? Yeah, inverted is not the way that I want it to be. And it didn't even use any of that, and it drained all of that. 320,000 RF to create 400 millibuckets. Wow, that's a lot. Go ahead and process all this. Oh, you know what the issue is? Ugh. And now you're full. Son of a gun. I need to turn the input, the bottom of this off. It pulled all the stuff from the bottom and not the side here where I wanted it to. Anyway, well, that should work now. That's fine. It did not work, though, this part to kick this on. Does this need to be, yeah, normal? Which means a redstone signal would run this, right? Inverted is run without a redstone signal. Isn't that correct? But this is running with the redstone signal. Or does this have to be 15? I don't know. We'll see what happens when it becomes daytime again. We need to get this stuff processed. Okay, so what do we need to do? I was debating and thinking maybe we should set this up with Xnet like we have over here and just connect to this system. If I was smart, I would have set this back one so that everything was all in line. But I didn't, and I'm not smart, so oh well. But if we set up another Xnet controller, we could have Xnet manage the movement of everything. Or we could honestly just link it up with here and get some extra network cables. That way we can pull from this interface the fluorite. I think I like that idea. Okay, let's go ahead and get some Xnet connectors. So we need network cables, and we're going to need a handful of advanced connectors. Sure. Network cabling, you can go up there, and then advanced connectors, and we'll see what we're going to do with all of this. Okay, we're going to see if this actually even works, because it may not. Okay, so let's drop this down. And I need to get to the back of these. Ugh. This is really in the way. And I can't do anything because I need to start processing this plutonium. So we'll concentrate on getting this guy up first. We need to get water into this. Which, do we have water over here? We do. So yeah, we'll work on processing that guy first, just to clear that out, so I can get rid of that pipe because it's in my way. I need to be able to access the back of this machine with the connector, and I can't. Bam. What direction is this? East. Turn off on the east, please. You can come up here, and then advanced. And you can be on the west. Turn that off. And I guess that's not needed. Okay. And you're going to have a cable eventually, and you'll chain off of that, so you're not needed. Okay, cool. And then we'll get rid of that eventually. So what we need to do is get power to all of these guys first and foremost. We're also going to need another machine over here. We're going to need a crusher. So let's go ahead and queue that up too. Because we need to crush fluorite dust. So let's go ahead and set that up like... We'll just set it up smack dab in the center, floating above the daylight sensor. How about that? Does that look great? Absolutely. I think it's beautiful. Network cables. And bam. Okay. Look at that gorgeous setup here. Maybe we just don't do this. Just forget the daylight sensor and not really care about it. Does it really matter? I really don't think it does. I was just trying to be efficient, but I mean, if it's always running, it doesn't really matter, does it? And then we can actually make this look nicer. And maybe we could set the daylight sensor up again. We'll see. Bam. And then again on the west, disconnect. Okay, cool. So all of these guys are going to need power. Controller. So the first channel is our power channel. So insert, and the isotopic centrifuge needs power, but I can't access it, so you're just not going to get power at the moment. The two PRCs here are going to need water, and I have these in the back, right? So let's get fluids set up to input. Yep, from all sides is fine. I say that, and then I say, nope, let's do the back. And then you fluids input on the back. Now what I want to see is if I get a gauge dropper, can I move the gas from the polonium without having to run a pipe over to here? That would be nice. So let's get another gauge dropper. And this one's fine. We can just clear that. How do we do it? Shift right click. Can I pick up polonium with this? No. Nope. No polonium getting picked up because it's a gas and it's also radioactive. So we're going to have to run a pipe over to here to get the polonium into this guy, which is fine. Okay, so we need water to go into the PRCs. So we should have a water channel. Is this water? Yes, water extract. So you are going to go into these two PRCs. Perfect. So these guys should now be getting water. Yes. And yes. And then you just need your fluorite. So the crusher here needs to get fluorite imported, which is, where's my interface? You are the extract. So you're going to insert, and I want fluorite. So let me get fluorite. And you are going to insert into the crusher, right? Yes. Fluorite. So now you should be getting fluorite if I set your items input in the back and then do nothing else. And you're going to get fluorite. Cool. And we can have it move a stack at a time. That's fine. No, you're the enrichment chamber. You should be pulling stacks. Yes. Okay, and then you're getting fluorite dust. And then the fluorite dust needs to be pulled and put into each of these machines, into the pressurized reaction chamber and the pressurized reaction chamber. Okay, so we can go ahead and do that. You're going to be a extract channel here on items. You are going to be fluorite dust extract. And you are going to go from the crusher. You are going to extract fluorite dust. You can extract as much as you can at a time, doesn't matter. And you're going to insert into each of our PRCs fluorite dust. Really don't need to blacklist this because it's the only thing on this channel that's actually doing anything, but that's okay. And now if I set these up to input items on the back and output to the back as well, you want input and output. You're going to input and output. You should theoretically start getting fluorite dust, right? If I input and output, there we go. And we also want to do round robin on the extract or on the inserts. Extract. Order. That's what we need. Round robin. So it'll put into each of these as it can. And there we go. We have plutonium being produced, which is allowing this to drain its plutonium. And then we should be able to get this stuff out of here. Look, it's already pulled some, but we ran out of power here. All I have to do, though, is this. Give it power real quick. That's not where I'm intended to put that. And this should now have drained, right? Yes. And now we can break this with no fear of consequences. Place that here. And I guess, to be honest, this actually doesn't need to be here because this is all going to chain off of that. So we can actually break this. And there should be one under here. Yes. Yeah, all of that can be broken. And then we just have one coming up handling all that. So then the isotopic centrifuge just needs power as well. So we can go over here and insert power onto that guy. And there we go. So we now have plutonium being made, plutonium pellets. Now there's our spent nuclear waste. It is filling up, but we have fluorite dust going into the system. So as it pulls, it's going to, side by side. Could we speed it up by speeding up the crusher? Yes. Do we need to? I don't know. Not necessarily. Because once these back stuff... okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see, we have speed, energy, speed, energy, speed, energy. I just like upgrading things, you know? I just want everything to be as fast as it can possibly be. Reach its true potential. And then speed upgrades. Because these will back stuff with their 64, and then it will stop pulling fluorite into these as needed. So that's fine. So it's just going to fill up the 64. I'm not going to turn this into a factory so we don't have multiple slots of 64 in here, just the one. And it can just have a buffer of 64 fluorite in there. That's perfectly fine with me. And it'll just fill these up. And you are set to items, input, and output on the back. So you should be getting fluorite dust. Interesting. Wondering why you're not. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started processing. So we just need a basic pressurized tube coming out of here, going over to here, and that should fill that up with polonium. I do want to set this up to be extract though, just for, you know, flow purposes. I've talked about it in the past. I like to see where my stuff is coming from. So it's coming from there, going into here. And now we just need the fluorite dust. And there we go. Now it's getting fluorite dust put in because this guy probably has his 64. And we're good. Bam. And just like that, we are done because we have spent nuclear waste that needs processed because we have a lot of it. So that is that. Now we need to take care of the nuclear waste. So what is our best way of doing that? We need to get the spent nuclear waste out of each of these guys and then into you know what? This is going to actually be kind of a challenge. I need to get it into one of those barrels so I can entangle it, is what I want to do. But it's going to be a challenge because these pipes run directly underneath this PRC, and getting the fluid out of this is going to be a pain in the derriere. So what say we just entangle that too? You know, like let's just entangle both of these, grab the spent nuclear waste. We can have it output the gas. You see what I'm saying? Is that making sense? So let's grab another entangled block. And we will entangle you. And actually, if I'm going to do it this way, what's to stop me from just putting these directly in the compact machine? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What do I need to put these into a barrel for? I can just set up the compact machine and I can just, you know, put them directly into the compact machine. We can have this sit here, 2 entangled blocks. We can have this one here, this one here. The waste can come out of here, go into and then just go into barrels that are just in this room. I like that idea. So let's grab this PRC and go into here. You can go there. I love that this can go cross dimension. That's a little bit overpowered, but hey, I ain't gonna complain. You can go here. Does this need to be chunk loaded? Not entirely sure. We'll chunk load it anyway. Chunks. Go ahead and load it. Okay, so now these guys have their stuff. So what we want to do is not that, but that worked fine. We want to say, okay, your output of gas, you are going to output to the bottom. You're not outputting gas anywhere but the bottom. Okay. And then I need to see you. What's right below you? A block. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to see. And then you, same thing, gas, and you're going to output to the bottom and you can auto eject. Let's get some radioactive waste barrels. Let's go home. Teach the system how to make these really quick. And then here we could use the ultimate pressurized tubes because those also have a buffer of 512 plus the radioactive waste barrels. So I think we're going to be okay with that. So let's grab like, you know, sure, we'll grab 64. Let's grab 32 of these. Okay. Head back out here. And then we should be able to pop into here. And if I were to set universal pipes up on the bottom of these, the pressurized tubes, they should connect and then get their gas. Maybe I have to extract. Is that correct? Spent nuclear waste. I saw it. Yes, spent nuclear waste. Spent nuclear waste. Haha, we got it working. So then we can just basically we just need to fill this room, and I'm gonna have these have as much buffer as they can. Bam, and then pop out of here. Get our barrels. Pop back in. This is such a great way. I don't like that this one faced the wrong direction. What do I need? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 17 more. We can make that happen. We'll just fill up this whole floor. Oh, it had to craft one of them. We ran out of steel right then. Look at this. Look at this radioactive waste management. If only we could do this in real life, you know? Just shove these things into a pocket dimension that you can't access, can't do anything with. This is so much waste storage. This is gonna be great. We'll never fill all this up. This is way overkill for what we have set up, but hey, you know what? It's gonna work. And then we can look here. We can see some of these barrels should be getting waste inside of them somewhere. Yeah, look, that one's got waste. And there we go. Bam. And those machines have probably been running. PRC, yeah, you've run out of your fluid because our reactor is turned off. But we have 20 polonium pellets and we've got 20 plutonium. And these are not radioactive, so we can actually just pick those up directly, which is great. Shove everything else that we don't need into our system. The plutonium pellets and all that can go in there. And yeah, we got plutonium and polonium. What are we going to use those for? Well, we're going to use those to set up some mechanism armor. We're going to dive into mechanism's armoring system and get that going. What I do want to do, though, is... Oh, did I shut off the gas input to the front? I did. Inputs to the front. Yeah, there we go. Now you can run and process everything you have. What I want to do is set up extracts on these to pull the polonium and the plutonium into our refined storage system. So let's do that really quick. Last channel is... Actually, no, it doesn't even need to be on this channel. It can be on... Nope. Okay, it does have to be on this channel because we have to insert back into the interface. Yes. Item, turn off processing, U. We are going to insert into U, and we're going to pull from these guys. Extract, a stack, extract, a stack, and insert into there. And then we just have to allow items to come out of the back. Auto eject. You should be pulling items out of the back. Interesting. Yeah, extract a stack of 10, extract a stack of 10, or at 10 ticks. And you're going to insert into the interface. Oh, I turned processing off. Aha, there we go. So that should be gone. There we go. Easy as that. And so this will run during the daytime. Otherwise, it's going to burn through and create us a ton of polonium or plutonium. At this stage, let's see, would it be smart to run some stuff over here to stop this from processing and get detectors set up? It's just going to be kind of a challenge to get detectors into these areas. I guess I could put a detector here and here. So when our plutonium and polonium are at like I don't know, 250 of each, it'll shut these PRCs off. Maybe that would be wise to do. I'd have to run refined storage cabling over here to do so because we don't have any over here. It's all sitting up over there, but it might be a smart idea. That way it's just not, well, no, because we want it to process all the nuclear waste we're going to be getting from there. So it really doesn't matter. All right, so then we can just go ahead and turn this guy back on, activate, and it's going to start producing waste, which is going to start running these guys, and, you know, they're going to start getting their stuff. And it's going to fill up one first because the pipes connect this way. This is the first inventory. So it's going to fill up this one first, and then it's going to fill up this one. But I like it. I like it a lot. And then as long as we keep it daytime, you know, we can just have it run all the time because this will stay. And then eventually it's going to start splitting the stuff between the two. Right? Oh, I got to turn the bottom back on. Yeah, there we go. And it's going to run. So that means that next episode, we can start diving into the mech suit. So let's go ahead and add all of this stuff to our, it is the mecha suit, I was right, all the stuff to our to-do list because, well, we can make it. We just need polonium. We're gonna need some netherite helmets. We need those HDPE sheets, but we've already been creating those induction cells for all of these so they can hold their power. But that is our goal next episode, is to get these done. And then we're gonna start working on getting upgrades for these. Let's see, what upgrades, like, I think it's unit. Yeah, what upgrades do we want? We don't need, so here's the question. With the mechanism auto feed, does it keep your saturation full? Because that is the one thing that I love about like the industrial foregoing meat feeder. Your saturation remains full when you're wearing it. If this doesn't keep your saturation full, nutritional paste, it's kind of not worth it. And I don't know if it's even worth setting something up like this when we can just use our meat feeder. So we may switch over to the meat feeder. I love the healing axe, but having to switch over to it to get our saturation full is kind of annoying. If we can just keep, you know, the meat feeder, we can just keep that on us at all times. We should be good to go. But mechanism unit, let's see, what do we want to dive into? Jetpack unit, I'm okay without. Vision enhancement, that is night vision, sure, add that. Solar recharging, amplifies melee attacks on players, sure. Oh, that probably goes inside of the upgrade to the atomic disassembler, which I'm not a big fan of the mech tool at all, so we'll probably skip that. Dosimeter, sure. Excavation, digging speed, a breathing unit that'll allow us to not have to wear the jetpack anymore, or the wetsuit anymore. This allows us to get creative flight, but I believe Draconic's creative flight is easier to get than this. Yeah, because this is going to require antimatter. No, we're not there yet at all. Vein mining, farming unit, teleportation unit, charge distribution, we'll take that. Energy unit, increases max energy capacity, we'll take that so we can have more armor. Radiation shielding, sure. Magnet. And I believe this inhalation purification unit stops us from taking damage from the Chaos Dragon when we get to that point. So we'll work on seeing what all we can make of all these. I'm pretty sure like we should be able to make pretty much all of these fairly easily. Except for maybe this. A scuba mask. Nope, we can make that. And a hazmat mask. Yeah, we can make all this stuff pretty easily. We just need a bunch of the plutonium or the polonium. I always forget which one's which. I'm pretty sure it's the polonium though that we need. Whatever. Anyway, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.